What's going on, guys? It's KingTutsPro and welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch another video of mine. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to recreate Peter McKinnon's intro, his latest intro. First things first, drag your video into the timeline, assuming you filmed like a vlog, a travel video. And this is the video from Sam Kolder's Back in Guam vlog. I will leave that in the description along with the font that you guys do want to use. I think it makes it look a little nicer. So the links will be provided down in the description along with the sound or the music that I've used, which is royalty free. You guys can get 30 days of royalty free music by using my link down in the description. So check out Epidemic Sound. Not sponsored, but it is an affiliate link. So anyways, what I want to do first is start to split these this montage into 15 separate clips. You want at least 20 clips. So now I've extracted all the clips from that little quick montage that he made. So I have 19 clips. It's better to use a lot more footage than less because that's really bad. So our clip is going to be, our intro is roughly going to be about 10 seconds. You can shorten this, of course, by speeding up the entire clip if you want. I'm just going to leave it how it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to first add our first effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the inspector window by pressing this little button over here. Then you want to go over to the titles and generators tab, go down to the generators, click on this, and then what you want to do from here is look for the shapes generator. So click and drag this directly on top of your clip, and you want to make this, you want to zoom in quite a bit so you can see the individual frames. Switch this shape first to a square over here, so change it from circle to square, and then we're going to get rid of the fill, and then we're also going to change the outline color. So we're going to change the color from red to white, so we can go over here and just switch this to white. So it's perfect, so it's white right now. And then we can also change the scale. So go on to the video properties, go to scale right over here and scale all, and just make this smaller. I like to go around here. Then I want to go down, and where you see the drop shadow opacity, I'm just going to turn that off and turn off all the drop shadow. I don't want any drop shadows. And then if you go to the outline width right over here, you can adjust this and make it thicker if you wanted to. I'm going to maybe make it a little thicker. The roundness, we want to go to 0. We don't want a roundness. And then we want to also change the corners from round to square, so it's a more sharper of a corner. Let's go to the titles. Here we go, basic title. Click and drag that right above this clip. Hide that so you don't get confused. So now what we want to do is just change the text. So go to the text right over here to change your text. Highlight the title and change it to whatever you want. I'm going to type in capital SM or SK for Sam Kolder. What you want to do now is select it and go to font. And this is the font that you want to use. And the font is going to be called Proxima Nova, I believe. So scroll all the way to the bottom and find Proxima Nova. Change the font from the regular weight to black italic. I'll leave a link down in the description. First, we're going to increase the size. So we're going to make this bigger. Click and drag this so it's centered. I'm going to select the K again, and I'm going to go to the baseline. So go to the baseline and move this to the left so it goes down halfway. Zoom in a little bit so you can see the individual frames. Press the B for the blade tool. The first frame, we're going to keep it white. Cut it like that so it's on the first frame and select it all the way over here. So make those trims first and then delete the end. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go one frame from the end like so, and we're going to select the middle shape and change that color to black. We want to do the outline color, so go to black. Perfect. And what we're going to do now is go back to the blade tool. After the first frame, make that cut. Do the same for that last frame. Select that clip, okay, and go to the effects tab over here. Go to we want to go to all video and audio. And we want to look for the effect called X-ray. Click and drag that directly onto the clip. Now you're going to have X-ray, so we have amounts. So what we want to do now is add a black and white. So in all video and audio, type in black and white. There you go, black and white. It's text, it's labeled differently, so drag it directly onto that clip. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the color inspector tab, click on this, go to exposure right over there, and we can adjust the shadows now. So we can bring the shadows down if you wanted to. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make another cut right after that first frame on the text, and the same one here, we already did that. Select that clip right here, and we're going to change that font or the text color to black. So we're going to go to face, click on show, click on the color box and go to black. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add a glitchy effect. So if you go to the effects tab right over here and you install the plugin from Ryan Nangle's glitch effects pack, link it in the description to a Selfie page, you're going to have a bunch of glitch effects. Now, personally, I think this is really cool and it adds a lot of effects to this intro. You don't have to go with this effect pack. You can go into the, I believe it's in Stylize, and to the Bad TV, and you can do it this way. That's totally free and no plugins required. However, if you want to spice it up, then you can of course download the free plugin from RyanNangle. You want to first add the effect. So go to shape 13, add that to the shape. And now we're gonna go back to the video properties, go to glitch 13. We're gonna change the blend mode to stencil alpha. And then we can add maybe this one, glitch 23, change the blend mode right over here for glitch 23, making sure that you added it to shapes. Change that to stencil alpha as well. So now if we push play, looks like that. And we can trim this so you don't see that. So before it does that, we can skim through. You can also add it to the SK if you wanted to. You can just group them the same way. But I'm going to just leave it how it is. So now it kind of gets rid of that. So if I push play, looks like that. And if it's too long, you can easily trim this, make those cuts there. And you can delete this one. So now if I push play, looks like that. Go ahead and select everything and go to new compounds clip and name this title intro just for now. Okay, and then now we can add another glitch transition. So if you go to the transitions, he also has the TV glitch zoom in flicker. Link in the description for this plugin if you want to use it. You don't have to use it, but I think it adds a lot of it adds a cool effect to the intro. It's for free as well, so big thanks to Ryan. So I'm going to drag this right over here. Now, before you do that, you want to trim this. So you see this little red, you want to drag that to the left until you can drag this there. There you go. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do here is we're just simply going to drag the second clip right above this one like that and do the same thing for the next clip. So you're going to have two clips above the base one here. So this is going to be our bottom clip. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trim this down to the shortest clip. Do the same for the top one. So now they're both the same length. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a masking effect. So go to the effects tab over here, go down to the masks, and then from there you want to go to the draw mask, click and drag that onto the second clip here above that one. And now we're going to zoom out over here from 53 or 73% to 50%. Now what we're going to do is you can make it a box. So click once and hold shift to make a straight line. We're going to leave that like that, and we're going to do the same thing. So click on the top clip, go to effects, go to draw mask, drag that above that one there. And then now we're going to add another box. So hold shift and click there. And now you have three different clips. And then right here, I want there to be a glitch. So I'm going to go into the transitions. I'm going to use RyanNangle's TV glitch zoom in flicker plugin. It's for free. If I trim this a little bit and push play, goes like that. All right, so after this part, this is where we want to now work with our next text. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the over here to the titles and generators tab, go to titles and go to basic title, click and drag this right above this piece here to begin with, and we're going to change the title. So move the time head to the beginning, and we're going to go back to the text over here, change the title, so highlight it. I'm going to just do the same thing as Peter did for his intro. So we can do make, highlight that, change this to the fonts for this one is going to be the same, and that's going to be Proxima Nova. Sweet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push play. We're going to go for about 8 frames. So zoom in a little bit, not too much. So you can, calculate it if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Around here is fine. We're going to trim this as well, and we can delete this. So we're going to work with this one and this one. So we're going to have just make a copy option and click and drag to the right and change the text to make vids, copy option, drag to the right. I'm going to change this one to just, and then this one is going to be make. I did it a little bit backwards. And then this one's going to be just make vids. There we go. Perfect. Just make vids. I want it to be that short, only 8 frames. So it's not even a second long. So it's going to be like this. Just make vids. And then this next one, I want it to have it all together on one line, center justified. So I'm going to drag it again, option, drag it to the right. And then I want to select this and type in all caps, just enter, just make vids. I'm going to now change the line spacing so it's a little closer to each other. Now we want to make a cut right over here. So if you push play, I want it to be that long. Now we're going to go to the beginning and we're going to copy the effects from this. So open that up by double clicking and we're going to select this. We want the same effect as this one. So press Command C, click on this button right over here to go back to your project. And then we want to go back to where we left off right over here. This is the clip that I want to use, actually this one right over here, and hold Shift Command V all together, and then what you want to do is press paste, and now it's going to paste everything exactly as the other clip. You might want to adjust the lighting, so go over to the color board and adjust the highlights. So click on this, double click and adjust this so we can maybe move that there. Now if we go back and we're going to go to the title and we're going to change the blend mode of this to difference, and now it's going to pretty much invert it so you can see through, kind of like a mask. So if I push play, it's going to look like that, and then now it's going to go back. So hold, we're going to use this one over here, or actually use this one as a copy. So hold option and drag it over to the right, and we're going to now go back to where it says blend mode, change that from difference to normal. So it's going to go back like this. Now we're going to go back to the text and change the from face, uncheck that and go to outline. Go to show right over here and change the color to white over here. Perfect. Just make vids. You can also shorten this if it's too long. Just make, like right there, I'd want to make it shorter. Trim the text as well. Just make vids. All right, so what we want to do first is go into the titles and generators, go to titles, go to basic title. Drag that above there and use the blade tool to trim the end and delete it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select the first one. We're going to change the text, highlight it, and change it to whatever you want. I would suggest keeping it short and sweet. So we'll just do leave, and I'm going to change the font to, I'm going to do Bev as new. So we're going to go to Bev as new, and with the text selected, we're going to change the tracking. So I'm going to drag this to the right a little bit. And I'm going to change the size and make it a lot smaller, like 39. Drag this right above here, maybe here. We're going to make a couple of cuts here. So we're going to have 2 frames. So after every 2 frames, you want to make a cut. 2 frames, there we go. And we're going to disable every other one. So we're going to disable that one, and keep this one on the whole time. So it looks like this. So what we're going to do now is hold option on the first one and let go and drag this all the way to the end of that clip. Change this one, move it down a little bit and change this to leave. So make sure you have your text all set and ready to go or it's going to be a hassle. Now this one, we're going to change this one to forget. Perfect. So don't forget, and then we're going to move this to the end like this. And then this one, we're going to make, again, a couple of more cuts. So 2 frames. Oops, that's not 2 frames. Perfect, and disable every other one. So it looks like this. So don't forget, option, drag upwards, go, select this, perfect. And then change this to don't forget to, actually before we start cutting, move this all the way to the end, and then make your 2 frames of a cut, disable every other one. Maybe another cut here. So this one's going to be on, off, on, off, on, on. Right now it's slow because it has to render out, but it's working. So hold down option again for the last one. Drag it all the way to the end. Select that. Move this one down about here. Don't forget to like, then trim this or move this to the end like this. And then now we're going to do our final cuts here. So 1, 2, 1, 2 frames, cut it, 1, 2, cut it, 1, 2, cut it. And maybe one more right there. So on, off, on, off, on, on. So now it should look, once you render this out, if you go to modify at the top and you go to render all, it should look like this. Perfect, and you're done. Now all I gotta do is highlight all of the text except the clip. right click on the text, go to new compound clip and change the name. Also guys, don't actually forget to leave a like on this video, but press OK. Perfect. And so now what we can do is, if it's not centered, not a problem, go to the over here to transform, position, and go to the y-axis and drag this down so it's centered, and you're done. It's gonna look like this. Don't forget to like, and then it's gonna go on to the next clip where I want this to end. So I'm gonna drag this second clip after this one as our base clip. We're gonna drag that right above this one, and we're gonna trim this. So now what we're going to do is mask this out, add a draw mask. So go to the effects over here, go down to masks, go to draw mask, and drag this right above this one. I'm gonna zoom out as well, 50%. Click and hold shift. And then this one I'm going to adjust as well. So I'm going to go to the transform, go to position, go to the x-axis to adjust it horizontally. Go back to fit, and I push play. It's gonna look like that. And then now what we're going to do is slow this one down a little bit since this one's a little bit too fast. So I'm going to go to Command R, press Command R to bring up the retiming options. You're gonna have normal 100%. Go ahead and adjust this right over here, this little piece. Click and drag this and adjust it to roughly 55%, depending how long you want that ending to be. I think that's fine. Right now it's really choppy since this video was recorded in 30 frames per second or 24. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna go over here to the retiming options, go to video quality, and go from normal to optical flow. So now if I push play, it's going to be nice and smooth now. Now this is the last final thing to do is to copy this piece here. So double click, and we're going to highlight both of these, press Command C, go back, go to the end of this clip here, make sure I have the snapping enabled, and I want to press Command V to paste this. Now I want to adjust all of this so it matches that bottom clip, and I want to now change the title to white. So go to the text right over here. You're gonna go to face, click show. From color, we're gonna change that to white, and we're gonna do the same thing for the shape. We're gonna have outline color, click on this and change it to white right over there. Perfect. And then now it's going to look like this. You're gonna have to do a bit of cutting again, totally fine. So before it actually changes here, it's going to be here. We're gonna cut there as well as for the text, and right there it cuts again. So cut it there, and I think it does it one more time. Yes, it does. Perfect. So now if I push play, it's gonna look like that. And maybe you don't want, we're gonna trim this there. Maybe you don't want to have it to glitch the whole time. That's totally fine. I'm going to delete this, and then now I'm going to drag both of these clips over here, select the shape, and then now if we go to the inspector window, we're gonna turn off the effects. Cool. And then for the last frame, you can make another cut and turn on the effects again. So it looks like this. And then we can fade this out. So press Shift Z to see all of our timeline, highlight everything. Right click, go to new compounds clip and name this intro. Now we can go to the transitions right over here. Go to the custom one that you've installed. I will leave a link in the description if you want to know how to install the plugin, and drag it to the end. And now we can trim this and push play. And it looks just like that. Super cool. Shout out to Ryan for that amazing transition. I did forget to change the font on this last one. So select the title. We might want to change it for the whole thing. So select the first one. We're going to go over to the titles. We're going to go to font, and we're going to change this to one of these fancy ones, if I can find it. Here we go. So it's going to be this one. I think it's called Andrea something. I'll leave it linked down in the description so you guys can download it. And I'm just going to type in Kolder, select everything and make it smaller. And I'm going to adjust it like so. It's going to look like that. So I'm going to delete these two and just make all of it once and delete or trim this. Now we can add our music, of course, for the last bit, and I'm going to do that right now. Called Help You Let It Go. It's an instrumental version by Deans. Link in the description. Again, if you use my link in the description, it's an affiliate link. You will get 30 days of royalty-free music, whether it's hip hop, trap, house, tropical, etc. This is the perfect website if you guys want to do that. So I might want to adjust this. if you guys found this video helpful at all, please leave a like, guys. Subscribe, turn on the bell notification if you guys want to see more intro videos like this one. So please let me know what you guys thought of this one down in the comments below. Big shout out to Sam Kolder for all of the footage, Peter Mckinnon for, of course, making awesome, filmmaking videos, as well as RyanNangle for the amazing plugins and presets with the transition and the effects. For free, of course, link in the description, along with the fonts and everything that I used in this video. So please subscribe and turn on the bell notification, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.